didn't even get to run.
Hey guys, Zazo here. Welcome to my channel. It is early in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. Recorded all these yesterday, right up till about midnight last night, and then I thought, yeah, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to bed, so I figured I'd get up a little bit early, whip this video out there. And this wasn't my first attack. This was actually my second attack. My first attack, I think, was just for 7 cups. That grabbed me my badge. And then I found this one with a little bit of patience. I am slightly messed up from where I wanted to be. I've tried to explain before, at the start of a season, yeah, I like to have not only my 1-day shield and my 2-day shield, but about 10 minutes just before a season, I like to take a defense. At that point in time, if you're not about to break a record, what does it matter? Take a defense, get that over with, and in 10 minutes, a new season starts. You're ready with 16 hours of shield to search through and raid down. Then you're ready to do your full 6-hour session. You got your village guard ready. You've got your session ready. And then after that's done, then you put on your 1-day shield. Then you can debate on what you want to do. If you just want to keep going for cups as much as you can, raid that down. Put your 2-day on, same thing. If you want to go for as many cups as you can, raid that down. And then you'll end up taking a few defenses there. Then your 1-day will be ready in a few days. So that's kind of how I like to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do it quite that way. Just before the season started, I had a couple busy days and a little bit of a mess up where I ended up taking a defense one day without doing a session. I forgot my shield time. That was like a minus 53. And then I had a minus 35 or minus 37, something like that. That knocked me down to about 49 60s. And that's where I was sitting when I would have taken a defense. And it was coming up 1 hour before session was about to start. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to take defense. If I take a minus 59, I'm going to be down just about at 4,900s. Then I'm going to have to try and gain 100 cups back just to get back to 5K again. So I decided, foolishly, I'd put on my 1-day shield, which I did, and I did 2 raids. So I pulled off 7 hours of that 1-day shield. I found that first raid that we just watched at the start of this video, plus the plus 7. So not too bad. I got myself back over the 5K for when everything kicked off. So I was kind of happy there. Wish I could have had an extra session in there before I'll end up taking a defense. But sometimes life doesn't care one's plans. So just remember that you can plan anything that you want. Sometimes things don't carry your plans. And that is a great thing to remember, that things don't carry your plans. Because just like yesterday, I didn't even get to do as much of a session or as many raids as I wanted in between my 1-day and my 2-day. The boss ended up calling me a little bit early and told me to go start chores without him. So normally I wouldn't be hopping in and out of a tractor. I might be able to spin a cloud while I'm also feeding cows. However, when I'm feeding by myself, I'm jumping in and out of one tractor to another tractor. I'm back and forth from the pens to the pits, and it's almost just too much. So unfortunately, I didn't even get to do a full session. I don't even know if I got to do anything really of a session. I tried to find some bases there last night as well. And today, same thing. I think at least I have enough shield on that I won't have to worry about it. Yes, I still do. Today we have a bunch of ivameching to do, which is almost the same thing as basically giving a liquid flea, louse, tick type of powder to the cattle to keep them from scratching and itching. So I've got that to do today, plus the normal feeding that goes on every day. So it's probably going to be a full day. Luckily, I've got that shield to help me out. Otherwise, it'd be another defense. And I'm already feeling like I'm at least about 80 cups below where I'd like to have been. I'd like to already be over 5100s, but I see nobody else in the clan is quite over that 5100s yet, so not feeling too bad for myself. And I have been watching some replays to some guys out there. I gotta tell some people, you gotta hit next more. Um, if you're losing too often or too much, you're doing something wrong. Usually it's not always the attack, it's sometimes the way you use the attack, as well as also the bases that you pick to attack. Most importantly, uh, really those two. It's going to be the way you use your heroes together, the way you use your CC, sometimes with your heroes, depending what you put in your CC. And it's also going to come down to the base layouts. Not all bases are one-starable. I mean, they should all be one-starable for a Town Hall 9, but where you'll get into trouble is watch the CC. If you can attack a base and you don't have to trigger the CC, try to stay away from the CC. The other thing I like to try and stay away from, the Queen. And usually both are in a spot where you don't have to muck with either of them. Some bases you'll get where, it's almost a given, it's going to trigger it. You're going to be able to do it anyways, but you're going to trigger it. Between the CC troops and the Queen, I like to stay away from them. The other thing that'll get you every time, them dang traps. You'll put down a baby dragon, boom! There it blows up from a seeking mine. You'll put down another baby dragon somewhere, boom! It'll blow up. You'll be like, oh, we're off to a bad start already. Preferably, I like to get about that 30% area before the Eagle artillery is triggered. And not always do I start with my heroes. It really depends the base. I usually like to pick off the archer towers, get some percentage cleaned up, and that also kind of helps to guide the funnel of your heroes. You want them to work together. You don't want them to split up, so try to keep them together. The easiest way to do that is just take a few distractions that will stray them to the right or to the left of where you want them to go. Just eliminate those distractions, put your heroes down where they have but no choice to go and work together. And usually I don't have too many problems, so it's kind of how I like to do it, but everybody's going to do it a little bit different. You're going to find what's comfortable for you. And I've talked before about what troops to use. I mean, I get a lot of Town Hall 9s asking me what troops to push with, what's the best troops to push with. Personally, I feel safest with the baby dragons and a few loons. As far as being able to 2-star bases 11s, I think the guys that have perfected the Valks, Golems, Wizards, Valk strat, they can usually get in there and get that 2-star 50% a lot better than the baby drag strat can. That's just how I see it. However, I see the baby drag strat as a little less of a gamble. It just seems like you get to pick off a lot more of the areas as opposed to with the Valks Wizard strats. You're going to basically create that funnel and you're trying to target straight in. You want your Valks to end up right at that town hall. And yeah, it's a little risky. So that's usually how I like to do it. That's, as I've said in other videos, I like to just stick to the 50%. I'll hit next on a lot of bases, and especially on my shields. I'll preferably wait until I can find those 2-star whales. That's really what you want. You want to make those maximum gains while you're on shields. So personally, I find I get myself into a lot of trouble when I start going for those 2 to 3 stars. That's where things start to go wrong. If you just kind of work the base as you work it and go with the flow, then you'll be able to figure out at a certain stage, okay, I'm going to be able to 3-star, 2-star this base. So you continue with the technique you're doing to 2-star. Or you get to a point where you say to yourself, there's no possible way I'm going to 2-star this base. And things are looking pretty tight. That's where you pull out from trying to do the 2-star and you go back over to just doing the 1-star, go back down, pick off a few other spots. Don't continue with the 2-star if you think that it's going to get you into trouble. And aside from all the pushing news, we are going to get an update soon. I have been getting, a little bit of excitement in anticipation, hoping that they're going to pick off some of the stuff that I think they should do. I'm actually going to make a mock update where I'm going to put in it just the things that I think they should do. Like I've mentioned, Cloud's mute, another name change at a gem cost. A clan name change would be nice at a gem cost as well. The 50 members glitch thing, that would be nice if that got removed. The join cups would be nice if you could put them up to T2, T1, and at a 5K setting. A 1 to 6 hour boost would be nice. And during shared raids, I'd really like to be able to click on not only the player sharing the raid, but also can I click on the profile of the player who's also in the raid. So, you know, you can't do that. It's kind of annoying because some of the clans that people attack, you have no chance of putting in those letters or those symbols or ever finding the clan, the base, the player, and you just want to check it out sometimes. So it'd be nice to see that. I'd like to be able to just click on the replay, click on our member's name. Of course, the profile pops up. Click on the other member's name, profile option pops up. So I'd like to see that. I don't know about you guys, but those are just a few of my little ideas I'd like to see done out there. So with that, this will be our ending raid and another nice 2-star. Most Town Hall 10s you can attack a little bit different. You don't have to have as much patience as that 11. Most of the patience with the 11 comes from trying to not trigger the Eagle Artillery. At least with the Town Hall 9, you can really start laying them down quick, get them all around, try and get as much distractions going for all the defense as possible, and hopefully eventually you can funnel yourself in, grab that Town Hall, you'll get the 2 stars. So anyways, guys, let's keep pushing, and I will see all of you in the next video. Good luck. Don't get too frustrated. Just go with the flow. I'm out. Peace.